If we can take a minute or two each from you before we finally go, it should be a minute each, not two, I think. But then, give me 2 minutes, let's see.
Okay.
This is a clear situation we know about. Elvis Ankrah has come forward to say it, but we know that it's just the reality, it's the truth that he's speaking about. That party financiers are the reason we will not win the corruption fight. What should be done?
If we are serious as a country, we should adopt a 1-term, 6-year term for the president. If, Samson, you are the presidential candidate, I'm a businessman, I help you win, you are in for 4 years, can you prosecute me when you need to come back to me for your second term? Like Elvis said, somebody is being asked, maybe Sami is being asked to investigate Kweku, and Kweku gave us X amount. The president will say, Sami, please, the man, drop it. So we should have 1 6-year term for the president. You help him with the manageable levels, because you know he won't be there for the second term for you to go and work. Unless we have that 1 term without existence of a recall, like in South Africa, that the party may decide to call you, because when the party decides they can recall you, like they recall Thabo Mbeki, gave it to Zuma, and they did to Zuma and gave it to Ramaphosa. I think that 1 6-year term...
This will take a constitutional amendment, but beyond that, don't we have laws? And I'm looking at the Political Parties Act, for example, Section 21, which calls on the parties to make annual, audits. Yeah. And the EC is supposed to take these filings. It took the Citizen Ghana Movement, Lowland Sogo, and the rest to go to the High Court to compel the Electoral Commission to demand these things. They are supposed to, within 6 months from the 31st of December each year, file a report, and the report is supposed to state the state of the accounts, sources of the funds, important sources of the funds, members' dues paid, contributions and donations, cash and kind that they have received, assets of the party, and then the audited account for the year. If you don't comply with this, you are supposed to face a sanction which includes about suffer a prison term of, there's a conviction about 2 years in prison, or pay 10,000 penalty units. That's 120,000 Ghana cedis. We're not implementing this.
If the EC is to do this job, I don't think that at every election, the existing parties will pass the test to contest. We may have to go to a big place and we will let candidates raising our hands, because every party will fall foul of this law.
This is an indictment on the parties.
It's true. No party will pass the stringent test. No party.
They are that corrupt?
Not corrupt. If you are sitting down and somebody drops honey, will you spit it out? They need money. You see, and every flag bearer duty is unwritten.
Okay.
Every flag bearer, you have to raise funds.
All right.
So you have to make sure that those who helped you, you don't spit at them, because in the second year, you go there.
I disagree with Elvis when he says that because of party financiers, the fight against corruption as a nation, we are unable to achieve it. I disagree.
It's difficult.
Yes, we are unable to achieve it.
Because you have to deal with these people.
Yes, and I disagree with him. It means that anybody who describes himself as a party financier, even if you bring 10 cities and you get yourself involved in a corruption or corruption-related activity amounting to over 1 million Ghana cedis.
You know that's not the class of people he's referring to.
No, but you see,
if he gives $1 million,
a financier is a financier, irrespective of the quantum of money.
Okay.
You understand my point? So he should not be here to be saying so. As a country, we are making strenuous efforts to fight corruption and corruption-related conduct.
Okay. So what should be done?
What should be done is that we must enforce the law, irrespective of who are the financiers. If indeed anybody has financed a political party, let's state their names. Indeed, the law says under Section 21, like you quoted, indicate the names of those people, so that indeed if they are involved, then their names can pop up.
Okay. So let's see if you can get a minute from you.
Just quick. I think the Political Parties Act 574, it leaves some loopholes. For instance, if 21 days before a general election, you are supposed to submit an expenditure and your assets and liabilities. And then 6 months after, you're also supposed, as Ben was saying, you're supposed to do same. But the 6 months after doesn't also talk about liabilities and assets. If you check, they basically want you to bring your
Just
expenditure
accounts
and submit. But where that shortfall is the publication of it. If you go further, I think section 24, that's when it talks about at a fee, you can retrieve it. It shouldn't be so.
Okay.
And again, my understanding is that political parties funding is something we need to also discuss. If not wholesale financing of political parties or funding, the state should be able to support the political parties in the area of research, the area of policy and capacity building. Okay. I'm saying this because if you submit your account or if the state is funding economists, 2 or 3 to each political party, we know them, we see what they are doing because it's the same political party machinery that breeds your present-day ministers and your MPs and people of that caliber. And then lastly and in conclusion, I think party financiers and the role they play in our campaigning should not be a deterrent should not be an inhibiting factor for us to fight graft.
Okay, thank you very much. We ran out of time, so my guests have been Abdul Malik Kuba, co-editor-in-chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper, Ben Epson, managing editor, The Daily Dispatch, Roxanne Nelson Dafama is MP, South Dai, and Sami Auku is national organizer, the New Patriotic Party. I'm Samson Ladia Yenini. My outfit, as always, is by Latida. Have a good afternoon.